People often care about others. When we imagine ourselves in someone else's shoes, we can feel their happiness or sadness. That makes us want to help them. We celebrate with friends and ask, what happened when they are hurt? When many people feel the same thing, the feeling grows stronger. But if we don't understand why someone is angry, we might not feel anger with them. We only feel sorry for the hurt. Sharing feelings helps friends stay close. When we tell a sad story, the tears may flow more, but we feel better because someone listens.
It is rude to ignore someone's sadness. We don't always need others for joy, but we want them to care when we're angry. That's why kindness and calm help people stay together.
We judge others by how their feelings match ours. If a friend feels as we do, we say it makes sense. If their anger or joy is very different, we doubt them. We also need to agree with their reason. A good deed feels better when we know the helper had a kind heart. A wrong deed makes us angry when we believe it came from selfishness. Gratitude and resentment come from sharing both the helper's heart and the person they helped. Some feelings are easy to share, like love, joy, or respect. Others, like hunger or pain, are harder because we cannot feel them exactly. That is why we say temperance and prudence, staying modest about body wants. We feel more sympathy for mind pain, like fear or loneliness, because we can imagine it. Brave people who calm their anger or hide their tears help others feel calm. Anger can protect us, but it should be calm and fair. Loud, wild anger scares people. Love can seem strange to others. They may not feel what lovers feel, so the lovers tell jokes to feel better. But we do share their hopes and worries. When love brings trouble, we feel sad for the lovers. If they stay brave, we admire them more. We also need to be careful when we talk about ourselves. Hanging on every detail of our favorite hobbies or rich life makes others bored. People like fun friends who share small joys. Big surprises sometimes make other kids jealous, so it's better when good news arrives slowly. Balancing feelings matters. Kind, helpful people, even if they are too gentle, still win our hearts. Angry, mean people make others afraid. Jealousy, pride, and love of attention cause fights or lying. Powerful people get more applause, so they learn to walk with their heads high. Ordinary people earn respect by working hard, being brave, and choosing right. People from humble homes often do the world's hard work, even though the rich may resent them. Stoic thinkers taught that brave people accept life's ups and downs with calm strength. Being right and brave matters more than comfort. Hard times let us show courage. Wise people follow rules, thank fate, and do what is fair, even when things are hard. Good people can stay proud even when fate looks tough. They feel calm in danger and strong in courage. The crowd respects those who keep their honor, especially when facing death. Small punishments that shame someone feel worse than big dangers, because being laughed at hurts more than being hurt. Justice and kindness are different. When someone helps others for good reasons, we feel warm thanks and want to reward them. When someone hurts others for bad reasons, we feel anger and want to stop them. Gratitude grows when we share the helper's heart. Resentment grows when we share the hurt person's anger. We praise the helper and want the wrongdoer punished. Anger, like gratitude, protects people. Calm anger is brave. Revenge that is too much is hated by everyone. People feel bad when they hurt others. The person who wronged someone feels shame, fear, and remorse. This mixture is harder than any punishment. It pushes them to hide, but being alone only makes things worse. On the other hand, someone who helps others for a good reason feels proud, calm, and loved. Good actions make friends and keep life happy. We all depend on each other. Justice keeps people safe. Without it, the world would be wild. Laws say careless people must fix the harm they cause, even if they did not mean to hurt anyone. If a person is careless but still kind, we forgive them, but we expect them to mend the damage. We also must not harm others just to get what we want. If we hurt someone for our own gain, everyone feels angry.
Death, stealing, and breaking promises are the worst because they hurt others deeply. People who hurt others feel guilty for a long time. Praising someone depends on their heart's plan, not just the result. We say, "Well done," when someone tries to do good, even if luck makes things hard. But success always makes us feel more grateful. If someone tries to hurt but fails, we feel less angry only because we are safe. Still, the bad plan was wrong. Luck changes our feelings, but we should try to focus on the heart. Life is easier when we share feelings and help each other. Being kind, calm, and fair keeps friends close. We do not need to chase fame or applause. Good people stay humble, keep trying, and do right. Being brave, helping others, and controlling anger makes the world kinder. We often feel better after a happy ending, and worse after a bad one. Others judge us by the results they see, not by our good plans. That can hurt people trying to do right, because they may have bad luck. Nature protects us from this unfairness by letting us judge only actions that hurt others, not just thoughts. Thoughts stay private, and only deeds can bring thanks or blame. Good wishes are nice, but they only become strong when we act on them. Seeing accidents as bad luck for everyone helps us be kinder. We remember a kind person who failed because of luck, not because of a bad heart. Friends try to understand even when things go wrong. That's how we learn to care about other people's feelings. We imagine ourselves in their place and ask, would a fair person approve of what I'm doing? This inner judge grows from how people reacted when we were small. We wanted everyone's approval and started to imagine how they saw us. That inner voice tells us when to be fair, calm, or brave. It keeps us honest even when no one else is watching. We judge ourselves before acting and afterward. Before, feelings like anger or desire make us think only about us, so we rush into things. After, we can see more clearly, but it's too late. Our inner judge and the example of others help us learn over time, so we stop repeating mistakes. We also watch broad rules. If everyone agrees that stealing is wrong, we start feeling the same. Our feelings come first and rules follow. Once rules exist, they guide us, especially when our passions are strong. A rule like "don't take revenge" keeps us calm in anger. When we break a rule, we feel shame. That shame is the inner judge saying, "I can see what others see." Kindness, fairness, and public help are more than rules. We feel good if we help others even without a strict rule. Still, rules are very important because they keep things steady. Without rules, people might behave differently every day depending on their mood. Rules help us keep promises, be polite, and care for others, even when we are tired or mad. Religion and the idea of God strengthen our inner judge. When we think God sees everything, we respect the rules more. Religious people seem to follow duty because they believe a higher power is watching. Still, religion doesn't say duty is the only reason to do good. It says duty should guide us, but love for ourselves, our family, and our country also matter. Sometimes we act from duty alone, like being just when the rules are clear. Sometimes we let kind feelings help us, like giving thanks or showing love. But mean feelings, such as anger or revenge, must be stopped by duty, so we stay fair. Customs and fashion also shape what we call beautiful or right. We learn from the habits around us. Neat clothes look good because we are used to them, and new styles can become pretty if many people like them. Customs also affect how nations behave. Some countries teach toughness, others kindness. These habits help people survive, but they can be dangerous if they make cruel actions seem normal. That's why societies often reject harmful customs. Many great thinkers tried to explain virtue. Some, like Plato and Aristotle, said virtue is about having the right feelings toward the right goal, balancing courage with calmness, pride with humility. Plato thought the mind has parts like a little city. Justice happens when each part does its job. Aristotle believed virtue is a habit, something we do over and over, not just once. If someone acts kindly once, it might be luck, but if they usually act kindly, that's virtue. Other thinkers, such as the Stoics, believed virtue means living with nature and staying calm no matter what happens. Epicurus said virtue is useful because it leads to peace and comfort. Hutcheson and others said virtue is about loving everyone, wanting their happiness. Some philosophers said people act selfishly even when they seem kind, because they want praise or gain. Others said laws make people act right because they want peace. These thinkers also asked how we tell right from wrong. Some thought reason showed us, like math does. Others believed we have a moral sense, an inner feeling that tells us when something is good or bad. Sympathy, imagining how others feel, helps too. We sometimes praise people because we imagine the joy they gave others. Sometimes we disapprove because we feel the hurt they caused. Justice is the clearest rule. If you owe money, you return exactly what you promised at the agreed time. Justice doesn't play tricks. It's like a simple rule: do what is fair. Kindness, generosity, and public spirit need feelings too. These virtues often involve giving something up for others, like a soldier risking their life for their country. We admire such people, not just because their actions help others, but because they look noble and brave. Laws and casuists, people who study hard moral questions, set rules to guide us. Laws tell what society forces. Casuists ask what a good person should do even when the law doesn't force it. Both care about justice, but casuists explore deeper choices. When someone breaks a promise because of fear, the law may forgive them, but their inner judge still wonders if they did the right thing. People also study politics and order. Good systems, neat towns, safe roads, helpful laws feel beautiful, because we can see how well they work. That love of order makes people build farms, cities, and machines, even if the pleasures are small. Rich people often enjoy neat systems, but even humble people benefit from them. Shops need workers, and money flows like crops. Finally, moral teaching works best when we feel both rules and feelings. Stories, examples, and habits help us want to do good. A strong love for others, a sense of duty, and clear rules guide us. We learn by watching others, imagining their joys or pains, and listening to the quiet judge inside. When we combine all those things, we grow into people who can be proud of ourselves and kind to the world. Long ago, verbs didn't show I or you, so people only said came. Later, people figured out how to add pronouns and change verb endings to show I came, you came, and he came. Languages like Latin used endings for we, they, and even two people, but those endings were hard to learn. When different groups mixed, kids learning new speech used simpler helpers instead of hard endings. They started using prepositions like to roam instead of special endings, and helper verbs like am, have, and do to show time or being loved. Greek kept many old endings, Latin made them easier, and French, Italian, and English mixed even more. They now use everyday words like I love, I loved, I am loving, and helpers like will or can. Today's languages are easier in grammar, but need more words, so sentences must stay in one order. This makes them less musical and flexible than Latin or Greek.